Hello, student. In this lecture, we'll take up the issue of electoral reform. We'll primarily map the major historical evolution which has taken place with regard to different proposals that were made with regard to electoral reforms. So, primarily, we will try to look up throughout the lecture the major milestones, the major committees which have been formed primarily by the government to look into the matters of electoral reform. So, to start with the major electoral reform and the committee related to it, though it came from Citizen for Democracy, which was formed by Jayaprakash Narayan, one of the tallest leader of the 1960s and 70s, who formed this organization, Citizen for Democracy, along with VM Tarkunde, and under the leadership of VM Tarkunde, there was a committee which was constituted, very famously known as Tarkunde Committee on Electoral Reform, which was formed in 1974, and it gave report in 1975. So the major reform suggestions which was given by this committee related regarding independence of the election commission. So one of the important challenge with comes with appointment is its independence of appointment. So it proposed that the election commissioners, rather than being appointed just by the president alone, there was a proposal for constituting a committee, and this committee would be constituted by the prime minister, a leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, and the Chief Justice of India. So this was a most important recommendation which was given by Tarkunde Committee of 1975. Besides, there were several proposals under this committee which also suggested that the minimum age of voting should be 18 years. This proposal became a truth much later. Now, coming to decades of 1980s, and if we see the decades of 1980s, the politics was changing. The coalition politics has begun with election of 1989, and we see the end of uh, one party rule in India. And Congress has also lost its majority. There is interesting thing which happened during this decade, and with this election, we see one of the important leader which emerges on Indian politics was VP Singh. So VP Singh in 1988 formed Janata Dal by merging several smaller factions that included Jan Morcha, Janata Party, Lok Dal, and Congress S. What actually happened was VP Singh was part of the Rajiv Gandhi cabinet in 1984. He served as finance minister. Some of the important event that took place during his time was he got income tax raids conducted on many high profile people that included Dhirubhai Ambani and Amitabh Bachchan. Then he also asked to investigate the illegal stacking of foreign exchange in overseas bank by Indians. So these were some of the important steps which was taken by VP Singh as finance minister. He served also as a defense minister in Rajiv Gandhi government, and primarily with the coming of Bofors scandal, he resigned as a defense minister in 1987 from the Congress, and also from the Congress. Uh, though he denies this argument that he resigned from this government primarily on Bofors scandal. Now, with 1989 elections, we see the coming up of coalition government, and this coalition government was led by VP Singh. So, under the leadership of VP Singh, we see one of the important major reform which is taken up by him It was taken up by under the chairmanship of Dinesh Goswami, and who was then law minister. And this committee is famously also called as a Goswami Committee on Electoral Reform. So, one of the important recommendations which was given by this committee again was with regard to the appointment of Chief Election Commissioner and other commissioners. So, we see with regard to appointment of Chief Election Commissioner, it says that it says primarily that it should be in consultation. The president should appoint in consultation with the Chief Justice of India and leader of opposition, the Chief Election Commissioner of India. With regard to other election commissioners, it also makes a recommendations that there should be a committee which should again uh, need to consult the Chief Election Commissioner and then appoint other commissioners. Beside these two important recommendation which was made by this committee, it also recommended varieties of suggestions which become very important. Like it also suggested for increase in deposits of independent candidates, independent contestant who fight elections. It also talks about checking advertisement on newspapers and strengthening election commissioner. Another major committee, which was prominently known as Vora Committee, it was formed in 1993, and one of the important aspect that this committee is known with a popular phrase which it talks about, which it has suggested its reform. It has coined the very term which is called criminalization of politics and politicization of crime. So, primarily, this committee was to take stock of all the information about the activities which were going on with regard to different crime syndicates and mafia organization, which has developed closer relationship with the government and different political parties or political personalities. So, one of the important outcome of this particular committee was highlighting the issue of criminalization of politics in India and also politicization of crime. Some of the excerpts that we find mentioned in this report, it says that there is a nexus between the criminal gangs, police, bureaucracy, and politicians in various parts of the country. These gangs enjoy the patronage of local level politicians, cutting across party lines, and the protection of the government functionaries. Some political leaders become the leader of these gangs and get themselves elected to local bodies, state assemblies, and the national parliament. Resultantly, such elements have acquired considerable political clout. It also says that there is a mafia network which is virtually running a parallel government, and this puts the state apparatus to irrelevance. The report also says that in certain states like Bihar, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh, these gangs enjoy the patronage of local politicians, cutting across the party line. So, this committee very importantly brings out the nexus which were undergoing and has become very important committee. So, this committee recommended uh, different reforms that need to be brought out to protect the politics from the criminals. Another major committee which was constituted was Indrajit Gupta Committee of 1998. This was chaired by Shri Indrajit Gupta. He was a member of parliament, and in 1988, it talked about a fresh proposal. This committee is primarily known for talking about state funding of elections. So importantly, this committee is known with regard to the funding of elections. So, what it says about the funding of elections? So, it says that state funds should be given only to national and state parties. Okay, so those who have been allotted a symbol, so it clearly denies the chance of independent candidates who could be funded during these elections. Secondly, second important aspect which it talks about, it also says that there should be short term funding and it should be given in just in kind. So it clearly means no financial support would be given to parties. So it would be in the form primarily in kind and to those only to recognize political parties and candidates. It also says that rupees 600 crores contribution that would come from center and an equal amount would be given by the state annually, and this would be used for funding the election. So there would be election corpus fund and there will be contribution from the state and the center, and this would be used for funding of elections.